I had to make you the host so that I could leave and it wouldn't hang up on everybody. So, how fun was that? Minor. Okay, so now I think everybody could hear. Any other questions that you guys had? Language stuff.
What is ba?
Qa is to be pleasing. So you say qayati, it's pleasant. Akhtuqadati, it makes me feel good inside. Qaqaqwati, it's going to be a pleasing sort of thing. And this is kind of pleasant more than in English it would be like pleasure, right? Okay. Okay. So so we're going. All right. So I thought we'd do some more of this stuff. This kind of stuff was pretty fun. And then we'll go over some, maybe we'll do one of these, then we'll do some adverbs, and we'll do another one of these, and we'll do adjectives. Then we'll come back and we might do something else. But this is sort of our challenge to sort of translate stuff from Tlingit into English, using some of the verbs from beginning Tlingit, and then starting to add some other stuff. And there's going to be different ways to say these things, and there might be some where we'll look at that, and I'll talk about some different ways this might be said. But I'd like us to sort of take turns and take a stab at it. And you can always just say hechasaku, and then we'll sort of try to collaborate and get it together. So this is using a couple of verbs, and so I think we're going to use 3 or 4 verbs tonight. This comes from Anahuk. It was a good idea. Thank you. So who wants to go first?
He is sitting would be ah.
Yeah, so she or he is sitting would be ah. And that's to be positioned somewhere, not like they're in the act of sitting down, but they're sitting. They're just sitting. She or he is sitting by, or we'll put a male pronoun, but these of course could be either way, right? He is sitting by himself. Anybody got an answer? Do we know by himself or by yourself or alone? By one's self? How do we say one person? Tleinach. So tleinach means one person, or it could mean alone, by themselves, right?
Right.
So he's sitting by himself.
Tleinach? No?
Tleinach ah.
Tleinach.
And so you would probably need a little bit of context for this, because this could also, if people are hearing a low tone on there, it could mean one that is by oneself, right? Tleinach ah. He's sitting by himself. Okay, somebody else want to try? He is sitting in the car. He is sitting in the car. How do we say car in Tlingit?
Car.
Car.
It wouldn't be yik, right? Because
It would be yik.
Okay. I thought that was for moving though. Or is it just like when you're in?
All of the verbs associated with boats get associated with cars.
Okay.
Because cars are just boats to Tlingit.
Man boats.
Yeah, basically.
And a road is a river. It's just how it works. So it is yik, but we're going to put a suffix on it because it sounds better, right? Because you're not just yik, but you're going to be, if you're in a boat or a car, you're going to be yikt. Okay? The T to arrive somewhere, right? Just like in that story. Ach yaku yikt atnachachach asqeo. I used to go all over in my boat saying it. So, anybody want to assemble these pieces?
Yikt.
Ka, yikt.
Oh, I had it backwards.
Ah, ka, yikt, ah. Ka, yikt, ah. He's sitting in the car. How would we say he's sitting in the boat?
Yak, yikt, ah.
Yak, yikt, ah. Ye away.
So, would you still use the T? My husband likes to just sit in his car, like parked in front of the house, reading the news.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still?
You would still use the T because it just really talks about arriving. It just kind of needs one.
Okay.
And I think what it does is it makes it sort of, because he got in there. It's not like someone just threw him in, right? Because when you just hear yik, you just hear like, it just feels like something. Or I guess because he's there, he got there. So we have the T just sounds better there.
Okay. Ka, yikt, ah.
You are sitting. Anyone else want to try this? Okay, we'll make it a collab night. Anybody? Get away. E-ah, cheesh. E-ah, you are sitting. You are sitting in front of a pink building. How would we say a pink building?
Isn't the thing for in front of a building different than usual because it's a building? Or is that just inside?
Inside.
Okay.
Is it? I can't. My eyesight's bad, but is it that take or whatever?
Oh, take would be behind.
Oh, behind. Okay.
You would be behind it. So do we know how to be in front of it?
We do, but we don't remember.
Is that so? A is behind. Yikt would be in a car. In front of?
Shukat.
It's shukat, right? Shukat. So it's going to be shukat e-ah. But now we got to get this whole building thing.
Hit.
Hit.
No, there's a thing you put at the end to say this is like that, right?
Yes, because if you said shoot hit, people are going to just hear fireweed house. But oh, is that like a clan's new house or something?
Is there a house made of fireweed branches?
That could be it, right? We made a house out of fireweed.
Would it be the ya that we just talked about?
Uya would mean like it's a house, but it looks like a
Fireweed?
boat.
Oh.
Right. It's something, not a color. Yes. So we have the yachyati. So we're going to get shush yachyati hit shukat e-ah. So that yachyati is the way, and there are certain times when you can get rid of that, but it's kind of rare. So you could say like cake, and most people aren't going to think it's a snow dog, right? But it seems to be the preference is to use yachyati just to stay clear, just to be clear. Because there's certain things like gleo, I've heard that used, but because people are going to just hear that noun. They're just going to hear the noun in there. But once they hear the yachyati, they know it's a color. So yachyati and yachyati. So that yati just means pink house as opposed to the house is pink. Shush yachyati we hit, the house is pink. Shush yachyati hit the pink house, right? So it's turning it into a bit of an adjective. So it's just describing the noun. So the difference would be, my mom's house is pink, right? Or my mom is in the pink house, right? And so there might be different times where you want to say those things. Okay. You are sitting with him. Bum bum bum. It doesn't have to be that bad, but it's fun.
Ooh. Is the M like not there? It's the zero.
No,
No, in this case, no. Okay.
he'll have a pronoun. Say it again. Oh, okay.
Or tin?
Tin, you could say doin. Doin would be the best way, but like doin would sort of work better probably for like you're doing something with the person, right? So in this case, I would say duchant I a. And so this is where we see the concepts. Sometimes we've got to think about them in Tlingit. So to be next to, because that's what it's all about, right?
The sitting isn't really like an activity like painting or something.
Right. So if you said like you guys sat down together, then that would be doin. Like, and I'm talking about the motion. So this is where, whether you're going to use with or next to or things like that, and how we're going to move them between different languages. So if someone asks you how to say something, then sometimes you got to reformulate it in Tlingit. And to one is another way. To one would be next to. And I also heard an elder say, "Ach, tuktanu," which is being very intimate. It's just being sit right up to my bum, and that's if you want to get really close and tickle. And so, but I said that to one elder, and she said, "Say, ach tu one kanu." I was like, okay, fine. Or achani, and achani is another like really kind of endearing way. I'm not exactly sure why it gets that suffix on there, but some people say, achani kanu, like to a loved one especially. Come sit by me. So that chan is to be right next to a person. Okay. Any questions on these?
And so it's chan, and then the T is just added in the same way that you yicked.
To touch, yeah. So it's like it has arrived or it's touching. That's how you think of the T. It has arrived or it's touching. Often when there's something like you have to get in that boat, you have to get in that car. So the T shows that it has happened, right? To arrive or to be sort of up against. Now we're going to get working. So this is the working verb. Anybody know how to say, I am working? And feel free to look these up. Like you don't have to just sort of know how to do this, but dive into those resources. Or if you think you know, go ahead and say it. I am working. Yejechane. Yejechane. Ye'awe. Yejechane. I am working at 2 jobs. And some of these, if we think about them, they might work better as 2 different sentences. But we'll see.
Would you use the de? It's not, nothing's added to it because it's not.
So there's different ways to say this. And so this is one that I think is worth talking about. Because if you're going to use this, you're probably saying I'm working at 2 places at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because another way, like if someone said this, you might just say, Dech a away ach yejenei. My work has 2. So I have 2 works, basically, is how one way you could say it. I think another way you could say it is Dech yejenei yich yejechane. I'm working in 2, I have these 2 jobs. But this is one where I'd probably want to talk with the speaker some more and say, how would you say that? And I would probably say, There are two of them, my job, right? And then that just sort of says, because some of these, like the verb doesn't always have to, we're trying to do this game where we're matching up verbs to different ways we could use them. And this might be one where it works better.
Is there a specific time when you put a T or an X inched?
Yeah, so the X would be for it to take place there, right? So usually if you put the X there, that means the verb is taking place there. And it could be a time reference too. So you could say, on Tuesday, I am going to work. Tuesday is dech yagi. Dech yagi, awa, ye jik kone. That is, on the second day, I am going to work. It could also, maybe I only work, I'm going to work in the winter. Ta ye jik kone. So that's the case where, and then, or, I'm going to work in Skagway. Skagway ye jik kone. Right? And so the is marking where that verb is taking place. And this is kind of an interesting way that it's used. The T is used to sort of say it has arrived at this particular thing. And so they use it for like gout, kaudechit. It has arrived at that time. So it is that time. Yauk yikt. Canuck, I sat in the boat. So the T has more to do with some kind of motion or action arriving somewhere. The X has to do with sort of being located at that thing and including a time. Times and places where verbs take place, the X usually works better, the X apostrophe. I am going to work for 5 hours.
Ooh, future. Future.
Oh yeah, I said it just
fair.
like I said it just 3 times just now. How do we say I am going to work? Yechechane, I'm working right now. Yechechwane, I worked. Ye Ye jikwane. So let me get rid of these guys up here. And so we haven't put this in the future yet, so I'll be happy to do that one too. Yes. Yay. So whenever we move into the future, if it's I'm the one who's doing it, we're going to get this KK right in a row. The second one's going to be underlined. That's how it's going to go, right? So this is me. For you, we're going to get ye jik ne. I'll put these on the screen too because it's probably easier to see it there. And then ye jik ne is going to be the third person. So starting to dabble in the future. Oops, let me go over to here. So, yay. Let me do this. I am going to work. So there's, the future has these longer things but it is very predictable. So we're going to say ye, j. So what if we are going to work? You all are going to work, and they are going to work. And we got to make sure that we're being clear that the going is talking about future and like they're on their way to work, right?
And if you were going to say, are you going to work? Like, could you just do like the second one and add gay at the end? Yeah,
Again, so like the question is not are you going to travel to work? Are you going to head to work? The question is, are you going to work? Right? You know, like I don't know the context. I guess the context would be
like if it's the weekend, and sometimes you go into work on the weekend, but sometimes you don't.
Okay. Yeah. So you could say ye chikine ge or kushe. Either one works.
It's starting to make sense.
And so, does anybody know how to say we are gonna work? I guess gonna works better than going to.
How? Oh, so
There isn't really a we, is there? Or is it like a...
There is.
Is it like a together?
So it goes ha,
Ha.
e, 0, to, ye, has, 0. That's how the subjects work, right? So we haven't done this yet. It's going to be jigach to ne. And then it's going to be gach, ye, ne. And then it's going to be has, jik, kwa, ne. But it's going to be like this. It's going to be very consistent. Kakwa, kaki, kakwa, gach tu, gach ye, and then has, kakwa. The j is adding one extra thing out there, but it's going to be the same. For example, let me copy this. If we said instead of work, what else might we do?
play.
Huh?
Oh, I said play, but go ahead, whatever you were going to
Okay.
say.
Ak, kwa, ech. I am going to dance. So, we're going to get rid of these yays. Oops. So jikki, how do you think we're going to say you are going to dance?
It's ach, eh.
So we have a subject, classifier, eich. So this is what we're going to have. So once we start moving this thing around, so what we're going to do is as we change each of these and we go through, we're going to get rid of all the yays. Oops, I keep forgetting it does. The j is going to change to the letter A, and the ne is going to change to eich every single time. Right, so this is very consistent. It's kind of a new thing. I'm not exactly sure why I threw it in there. So there's A, the kaki stays the same, the ne becomes eich. He or she is going to dance. We are going to dance.
Dag to play.
Yeah, y'all are going to dance.
Agach yisleich.
Agach yitleich. They are going to dance. Has'ak watleich.
So there are things that change. I mean, it's that middle part stays consistent, but the fact that things change on both
They're
sides.
changing on either side, but we can get rid of that A thing. So, for example, let's say, let's do this one. So we'll say a day plus subject. We're going to say gut. Okay, so we say a day cook qua gut. I am going to go there.
Are we going to change more of these? Or?
This might be the last one, then we'll move on to something else. You are going to go there. Oh, this one's going to get tricky. Hold on. Let me pick something different. Hold on. I don't want to do motion verb. Let's do, how about eat? At plus subject 0. I am going to eat. That means I'm gonna go eat something, right?
So this one we could get rid of the A in front and go k.
Yep.
Ge cha. Or you could put chach, or like you could put hot or something in front of it, and then you wouldn't need the ut. Is that right?
That is correct, right?
Making
But the
sense?
third person, then you would say akwacha. So at kukwacha. Then we have at gachtucha. At gachyecha. Oops. And has at kukwacha. Okay, so it's just a sneak preview into the future. I know we haven't done very many, maybe haven't done any future verbs, but they are very consistent. Okay. Oh. Cajun Gao Canuck Yejik Wone. So the Canuck is used to talk about a period of time. Cajun Yaki Canuck Yejik Wone. I'm going to work for 5 days. Right? Cajun Gao Canuck Yejik Wone. So there are differences. This is what the Canuck is doing. Because if I said Cajun Gao Yejik Wone, how is that different? Cajun Gao Yejik Wone.
I thought down.
Say it again.
5 o'clock.
Yes, I am going to work at 5 o'clock. Right? Cajun Gao Canuck for over 5 hours, right? Cajun Yagich Canuck over 5 days. Right? Okay, maybe not. He or she is working. he or she is working. The big hint is you're going to take this cha right here. Oops, that's not working. And you're going to transform, you're just going to get rid of that cha.
Ye jine.
Ye jine. Oops. I don't know why I typed it. The answer's right there. Okay. Ye jine, right? So he or she is working. Ye jine. He or she is working in a school.
Shkun ye jine. You probably need another word in there.
Shkun ye jine.
Oh, that's
right?
right.
So you get the
Yeah.
on there, right? So how about working at a church? Chagach takihitik ye jine. Working at home. Nesh ye jine. Working at the bar. Giwa takihitik ye jine. Right? So that is just saying where the verb is taking place.
I'm sorry. If you were saying like in a at ha dakahidi, which part of that gets the dakahidi gets the okay.
And so, and in the English we're saying in, but really we're saying at.
At.
Right? He's working at a bar. He's working at a school. He's working at. Because you don't have to say inside the building. Right? Not in this case. There'll be other cases where we do. Okay. He is working to make money. Oops, I guess my camera stopped working. My camera stopped working. Oops.
Donna. Yes.
Okay. So let me. So I would say, oops, I think I forgot something. So I would probably say Donna dujit would do a ti yes gauge in it. So it gets a little complicated because if you said Donna yes or Donna g yes, it's like he's working for the benefit of that money, right? So for example, let's say we work together and you said I can't work today, my hand hurts. I could say I'm going to work for you, right? So in your place. Or let's say, yes, I'm working for my children. Whatever the yes goes to, that's what's receiving the benefit. So in this case, Donna dujit buduati yes ye jene. And I'd probably talk to a speaker and see if that's how, because there's lots of different ways. You say Donna du tawasaku achoe ye jene. He wants money. That's why he's working. Right?
So is there a verb for to earn
I don't know.
or to gain? To gain money? What's the would? That's T, but which T is that? Because sometimes I.
Oh yeah. What does that mean? Dujit would do a T. So that T is a handling verb for just abstract or general compact objects. So dujit would do a T means it was given to him. He will work so that money will be given to him.
Oh, okay.
Right. And that would do a T is used quite a bit to say like Hajit would do a T hayukatangi. Our language was given to us. And this is where you see the fourth person pop up too. Hajiyes budutleyech. Hakusti. Our culture was made for us. Our language was made for us. Any questions on these ones?
They start to get complicated, even though it seems like it should be not complicated.
They do, but it's just because we got to get to the concept. So this is fun because it's revealing some concepts and some other things. Some of them are fairly, straightforward once we get them, like to do something in a certain place.
So the one in this that I didn't really understand was the Cajun Gao. I thought Gao was like clock or...
Yes, but it's also an hour.
Okay.
So that's where it gets complicated.
Okay.
Whenever we're talking about how many hours and stuff, because Gao is clock, drum, time, hour, it gets really complicated.
Okay, that's where I was confused.
Yeah, and so when you want to talk about and let it marinate for 6 hours, right? Play du, shu, gao, Canuck. Marinate.
Is it also like the equivalent of 4 o'clock? Would that be, or 5 o'clock? Would that be
Yes.
Cajun Gao?
So Cajun Gao, yejik. I'm going to work at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Cajun Gao, Canuck, yejik. I'm going to work for 5 hours.
Why is it Gao? Like, why drum also? Is it because it's like a signal thing? Like a clock signals? They used to chime, right?
Yeah, and so they're probably all related, right? Like the ringing and the stuff like that. And so maybe drum goes to bell, bell's associated with clocks. Now it becomes clock, and then it just becomes hour because it rings on the hour. Mm-hmm. But there may be a time where we're like, okay, that's too many things for one word. But I don't know what else you'd say, because then you got minutes, which are winnets, right? So I don't know if you just do hawa, right? Okay. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. And let's talk for a second about some adverbs.
Oh, goodness.
So these are things that modify a verb. If you're going to modify a verb, it's going to come right before the verb, right? And we can see the meaning right there. So what I'd like us to do is just sort of think of a verb that makes sort of an appropriate phrase using one of these things. So I'll say it, then everybody says it, and then let's just come up with some verbs for some of these things. Chaqiqa.
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 So for nothing, in vain.
I voted for nothing.
Chaqiqa Dusayi Khwaqiq. Dusayi Khwaqiq. I threw their name for nothing. Because there's electoral college.
I know.
Any old way. Let's do the Chakugeyi.
Chakugeyi.
Oops.
Chakugeyi.
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 What kind of verb could we use for that?
Like a throwing.
Like what?
A throwing verb.
Yeah. So,
Like a positional, I guess.
what's that?
Positional, but that's not.
Yeah, to do something kind of recklessly, or and so to use this one, it sort of implies that there's some correct way to do it. Like, for example, if I said, a lot of ways they'll say, he talked carelessly. And so it's usually like he or she didn't think carefully, they did it the wrong way, kind of. It's a way to say, because there's certain things you're supposed to do carefully. Chakugeyi means they just came and did it any old way.
What about like cooking? Could you like, if you were a bad cook because you just kind of threw everything in a pot?
Yeah, you just like throw a bunch, or like, let's say you're down with OCD and someone comes and puts your dishes away.
Oh.
That could be chakugeyi. And it's usually a really negative thing. And so like a lot of the elders too, they'll say, I'm not just talking for nothing. It's just not any old way. It's specific. Chanich.
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 Similar to chaqiqa. Maybe I'd say, like I've got 3 kids. I go in their playroom. I might say, Chanich. Yan khosane has to eat it. I clean their room for nothing because it's all messed up again, right? So this one is chalk,
Chalk.
chalk,
Chalk.
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 And you gotta get some context because this could mean long time ago, but it could also mean for a long time. Okay? Chalkudach might be from long ago. Chalkuday would be for a long time. So it kind of depends on the context, right?
So you could use one of our previous sentences and say like, they cooked over fire or something like that.
Yeah, so you can say Chalk Kankach Wudutse. Long time ago, people cooked over fire. And you could also say Chalkuday. You could also say, and it depends, like you could say, for example, someone, if the story was somebody tried to cook breakfast over a fire, and it took them a long time, you could say, Gan ka aya wudzi hatutatet chai, chakudecha akawatuwacha. They cooked it over the fire, and it took a long time, and we ate. Dehua,
Dehua.
dehua,
Dehua.
dehua,
Dehua.
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 And this is usually speakers in Teslin who say this. It means finally. Right? Anybody think of an example?
Could you say I finally fell asleep?
Yeah. Dehua tatayi gut. I finally fell asleep. Tatayi. It's really interesting because you can say chwata. Finally I slept. But the act of going to sleep is tatayi de gut. I walked underneath sleep. There's also tachuajak, which would be like you just fall right out. We gotta be careful with that. I use that one because it literally means like sleep killed him or her. But if somebody actually died recently, you don't want to use that because it's not as funny. Desquatch.
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 And this one means it has already happened. And so you could say de, like dehwasakuf. I already knew that. But the way you would use this one would be like I brought them some food, but they had already eaten. Right? So it's usually in those types of contexts, like something was going to happen, but then this thing has already happened. Right? So it's usually kind of explaining why these things are kind of in conflict a little bit. Ziyagan.
Later.
Ziyagan.
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 So used as an adverb, you would say ziyagan, and then you'd usually have some future tense verb. Ziyagan yejik kwane. I'm going to work pretty soon. Ziyagan ich etchakwati etcha. I'm going to give you some food a little later. Ziyagan yiidekakwanik. I'll tell you later.
Ziyagan ikwasatin.
Yeah, Ziyagan yeikwasatin. I'll see you soon, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Ziyagan usually means kind of soon, right? Not too long from now. Ziyak.
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 How might we use that?
Could you use it as he just left? Like He left just now.
Yeah. So you could say Ziyak Yadachuku. He went away from here a little while ago. Another context would be Ziyak Iyuchatangi Sachwaach Ach Tuasagu Inkachanigi. I heard your speech and I wanted to tell you something. Right?
Could I use that in my sentence? Ziak displain doc uahik.
Yeah. Ziyak displain kewuhich. In other words,
Okay.
the full moon came up a little while ago. Okay. Ziyak inkachwaniki Donna Donna. Told you a little while ago I want some money, so where's my money? We'll do one more, then we'll take a break. So there's a bunch of these that end with Dane. Dane has a special sort of a thing, and one of my colleagues says he wants to have a son or a child and name them Dane. So they can say Ishan, Dane, Kedane. And so you see, Kasaye means strange. Kasaye Dane, strangely. Ishan means pitiful. Ishan Dane would be poorly or while suffering. Right? So usually the Ishan Dane, it doesn't have to do with, it's not the funny type of teasing Ishan. It's usually like, and there's a bunch of verbs that this one combines with. Ishan Dane hakawashu, we suffered. Ishan Dane hatu hadat utuwati. Ishan Dane hadat hastuwati. They took pity on us, right? Ishan Dane yeji wune. They suffered while they were working, right? Or he or she suffered while working. So it usually has to do with suffering, doing pitifully, and so it's not like poorly, right? Because to say poorly, you'd say chakugeyi or heshkedain. Heshkedain means it was a bad job. Okay? All right. Let's take a break. 5, 6, 7 minutes. We'll come back.
These are. Oh, did you post the thing on like stuff from the at home?
Yes.
Is it posted under
Let's see.
our lesson or under somewhere else? 'Cause I was looking for it and I maybe wasn't looking in the right spot.
So I put that under
Oh, okay.
intermediate
Oh.
Tlingit. And then, I thought I did. Okay, I'll put that up there.
Okay. I was very excited about that
Okay.
because there's a lot
Yeah.
of words there that I didn't know how to say.
It should be right there.
Okay.
And then, and you guys can take a look at that and see how it helps. Okay, let's do a couple more of these and maybe we'll go back to the others. You are working.
Mm. We just did this.
Yeah, we did.
I know. I'm so.
So we had Yejechane, I'm working. Yejene, he or she is working. We should expect Ye. We'd have to double up the I's, right? Because there has to be an I in there for the subject. Between the J and the Ne, it's going to be an I. So I plus I in Tlingit is going to be.
I have no idea. Is it mind blowing and
What happens when an I goes long?
E?
E.
Oh. Ye.
Ye G Ne.
Gene.
Right? I and I is going to be E. That's just how it goes, right? Ye G Ne. Thank you for working with me.
Ooh. I feel like I know the components of that.
Okay,
but
what would they be?
Ganesh Chish
Cheese.
and Yes Hut.
No yes.
No yes?
Right? So the yes would be
Oh,
like
I meant
to
teen
benefit.
or tin.
Yep, there you go. So with me, how would you say with me?
Teen hut? No.
So do-een is with him or her.
Oh.
I-een would be with you.
Hutty?
Has-do-een would be with them. Ha-een would be with us. So what do we have there? Do, I, has-do. Ye-een would be with y'all. So if we were to use those same pronouns in another context, we might get do-tla, has-do-tla, ha-tla, ye-tla, it-tla. How would I say my mother? Ach-tla. Ach-een is with me. So Gunis Chish, ach-een.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to get thank you for working with me.
But why
Yay.
ach?
Huh?
I thought ach was my.
It is. But whenever, okay. So here's this thing. So the thing that we're looking at, let me get to the right spot. So let me go. Oops. That's not where I want to go. Hold on. So when we get to pronouns, I guess that's where I want to go. Maybe there's somewhere else. Hold on. Oh, I know what I want to look at. Bear with me here. There we go. So when we look at pronouns in Tlingit, and we think about what they're doing, right? So we see these independents, me, us, you all, she or he, it, them, someone, something, self, together, right? So the only ways we use these is usually just to sort of specify who we're talking about. Chat aya, yadu chat, uhan awa, shtakat yuhan. Right? They're very rarely used, really just to call attention to who we're talking to or about. The possessives are used to show relationship. Ach guchayi, ach tla, ha'ani, iish, ye kuhidayi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do sunny, right? The object ones, we're starting to get a handle on those, right? A lot of the state verbs are going to use objects. Chet yak-a, ha yak-a, be yak-a, ye yak-a, yak-a, has yak-a. The subjects are the ones we've been working on here, like ye jechane, ye jitune, ye jine, ye jiyane, ye has jine. Right? So we're just learning how to move up or down these charts. These post-positional ones we haven't really looked at, but this is how you say the to and the with, right? Ach-een. So the N is going to be there. In this case, the N is the with part. Ach-een, ha-een, i-een, ye-een, do-een, has-do-een, ka-een. So that's the one that we're sort of looking at here when we start saying doing something with someone.
Okay.
The yes is for, the een is with.
Okay.
Gunis chish, ach een.
But it would be
Yay.
Gine.
Chineyi. So it's going to get this little sort of thing because Gunis chish is treated like a verb, right? Gunis chish ach in kienegi. Thank you for telling me. Gunal chish ach keilk in yeji. Thank you for working with my nephew. Gunal chish. What's that?
Oh, I was going to say, what about if we changed it to, thank you for dancing with me?
Okay.
So, you are dancing ich.
Ich
Ich.
Gunal chish.
Ach, in. We don't use the ye. Only
No,
for
the ye
go.
is just specifically for this verb.
Yeich.
Ich Gunal chish ach in ich.
And it still gets the yich at the end.
It gets the at the end.
Okay.
Yep. Gunal chish ach in ich. Thank you for working with me. Gunal chish yisai. Thank you for cooking. Gunal chish ach in yisai. Thank you for cooking with me. Right? The other things when you're thanking people for like kind of nouns, like let's say someone brought out a bunch of food. Gunal chish away with atcha. Thank you for the food. You don't have to say the yes part. A lot of people want to throw the yes on there because they think of yes as functioning like for, the way that English does. Because English uses for to just sort of link things, right? Thanks for this, thanks for that, this is for this is for that. Whereas the for in Tlingit is really like to be given, right? To benefit something. Okay. When are you going to work?
Oh man.
Adusa. Oh, and this is going to be. Oh.
Right, because, okay, what if I said, who are you going to work with? Would be adu in sawe ye jikrine. Right, so here's the ye
It's
jikrine.
Gusu.
Where are you going to work? Say it again.
Gudach.
Where from? So not quite. Do we remember how to say when in the future?
Oh, it's like gux.
Guksa, it's still, that would still be where. Like you say guksa ye jikrine. Where are you going to work?
It's really similar to
Gavtin.
dach, isn't it? Like it's only a couple letter difference.
Guact.
Guatka would be when did you work? Let's just go there.
Oh, this is
Oops.
so hard.
Oh, I guess that's what time. That works. So I guess there's two ways we could say this. Let me put them both up here because I guess I confused myself.
It's less fun. This is hard.
Oh.
So
All
let
of
me
these
put
are
them-
What meaning? That's what I was
familiar.
trying to remember.
All this is familiar, but I can't.
Un gausa ye jikrine. What time are you going to work? Guatkinsa ye jikrine. Either one works. When are you going to work? And it kind of depends on context. Like let's say someone's been on your couch for like 3 months. Oh, we're gonna get a job. Yeah, I've been looking around. Guatkinsa ye jikrine. So when are you going to work? But then again, this is talking about the action, not like when are you leaving to work, right? Those are different things. In English, we would say those. So I'd say gonna, because when are you going to go to work? Everybody know how you say that? When are you going to go to work?
Kakwagoot.
Yes. So you could say kun gao sa yejine de kakigut. Guatkin sa yejine de kakigut. Right? Or I think you just say yejine kakigut. Now we get the where is your work, which we were saying, kind of. Or I guess where are you going to work? I can't remember how I wrote this now. I think I said, where are you going to work? So let's use yejikrine again.
Where is your work?
I think I said, where are you going to work?
Where are you?
But I can't remember how I translated it now. I think I wrote it and translated it differently.
So would that be gusu?
Guksa, oh, I did say, where is your work? Guksa e yejine. I took the verb right out of it. So, guksa e yejine. That's sort of saying, where is your work at? Right? How would you say, where are you going to work?
Can you repeat that? Like your question? I
Yeah.
heard it and it didn't.
Like let's say I have a job, and my job, I just go different places and work there.
Mhm.
So if I was just curious, oh, where are you going to work?
Today, maybe.
Yeah, right. And the answer would be something like, Shkun yejik kwane, Nesk yejik kwane, Deshuk yejik kwane. Did I mess those up? Where is your work? Oh. How did I miss that? Okay. Guksa yejik kine. It's because I didn't write it down. Guksa yejik kine. Right? Guksa yejik kine. Okay. What are you going to work on?
Dasa.
Dasa.
Do you use the future again? The yejik gane?
Mm-hmm. But there's one thing missing from there. Dasa yejik kine sounds like, what is your job going to be? But what are you going to work on?
Ka?
Well, that would be like, I'm going to be on a table while I work.
Or on a roof.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Roof, right? Hit ka. Right? Which maybe. So the working on part, this is another sort of logical twist. It's going to be about or around. And how do we say that? A dot. So da, sa, dot, yejik kine. What are you going to work on? And so again, the way that the language works is just a little different sometimes. That dot is about, right? And that's just how you do it, right? Because in English it likes to say on, but we just say around or about, right?
And is da like, I thought, what's the difference between da and dot?
Well, you could say dot yanach sa. So you switch to dot when there's something in between the da and the sa. Da sa is what. That second da, which now gets a T, is about or around.
But can you sometimes say about or around with just da? Because I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
Da sa in this. Well, you can say da, like
Because I thought da also meant around, like. But
yes,
no,
it's
okay.
the same. It's the same one. Around and about
Okay.
are the
This is
same.
confusing.
It's almost like a roundabout.
Okay.
It's just what we're stuck in, right? We're stuck in a roundabout.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, da is sort of like yik, where there usually should be something on there. Yik, it can be on its own a lot of times, but da kind of likes to have the T on there.
Okay.
Right. So dot is about something or around it. Right. Because you can say da day, hit da day, kukwagut, we're going to walk around the house. Hit da kukwagut, we're going to walk round and round around the house. Which day are you going to work? Not going to, like, traveling. Which day are you going to work? On which day will you work?
I just put little Post-it notes on my door with all the who, what, where, which.
Oh,
You know, all of those, and I
which
haven't
of the
actually remembered them.
sets?
Which of the sets?
Which of the sets?
I know, and I like just can't see it.
Which of the set is which of the set?
It's literally, I just wrote it out.
It might be
a couple hours ago.
Da is going to be the first part. Da yaki sawaye jikine. right?
Which day?
Dak yaki sawe yejikine.
So we did that. Can we just hold up a second? When we were working on these last time, there was one where you put the something in between the like dak and sawe, and I can't remember why you put it in the middle instead of like. At
Well,
the
so
end.
you can say dak a sa would be which one. But if you're going to specify what it is, it replaces the a. Dak kuhida soe tuati. Which pencil do you want? Dak guha soe ai. Which of these cups is yours? Dak kuh soe tu. Which book did you read?
Okay. The example I was thinking was adu yis sawe.
Yeah, so the do yes, who's it for, right? And so there are cases where things can be go between. Like, so we say kun gao sa. Which drum, right? Or how many drums, right? So we can say kun kak so ituati. How many apples do you want? So usually this, when we're specifying the question towards a specific thing, that thing goes between the question marker and the sa. Okay. So, let's do a few more of these. Kashtageinach. Oops, I don't think that's underlined, sorry. Kashtageinach. Kashtageinach.
Whoops.
Kashtageinach.
Oh.
And what can we should probably say it slowly, maybe?
I was looking at the totally wrong word. I was looking at it quietly, and I kept going like, why are they getting all the syllables?
Yeah, so we're up at the top, sorry.
I did the same thing.
We're here up at the mouse pad. Okay. What could we do? What could be done slowly? What's a good verb for that?
Talking.
Kashtageinach yuchatan. Talk slowly. Kashtageinach yeyanakha. Say it slowly.
Eat slowly.
Could, when you say it slowly, could that also be interpreted as say it carefully?
Kadein yuchatan.
Okay.
Speak carefully. Right. Kadein yuyanakha. Yeyanakha. Say it carefully. Because they're similar, but the first one is usually sort of just the pace of it. But the second one is you're putting a lot of thought into it.
So you could say this one like someone's really talking fast and they're kind of, you can't really understand them.
Yeah, and as a language learner, you might find some people who they like to talk fast. I know some people who, they challenge themselves, I think, to speak Tlingit as fast as they can. And that's not always best for everybody, right? Or you might just say, kashtageinach, But it could be another thing too, right? Like they're running too fast, they're doing something too fast, you want them to slow down. And there's another thing too, like when we get to slow or quickly, there's a couple different ways to say that. Yasat is fast as a verb, talk is fast as an adverb. But if you say talk yeyanaka, you might be saying like when you're talking with talk, sometimes you're saying angry. So there's a few things that can sort of change them. Okay. Kasiyeyidain.
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 So what could be done strangely?
Walked.
Kasiyeyidain atyanagat. He's walking strangely.
He's breathing strangely, or he's dancing strangely.
Kasiyeyidain chasek. Kasiyeyidain ashleich. Kayis, or I usually hear kageyiyis. So everybody say kageyiyis.
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 Kageyis.
Kageyis.
And this is like for like a day or some special, like for Super Bowl day, I'm gonna make a pretzel or whatever. Or for your birthday, I'm gonna make, I'm going to make a cake for your birthday. This one is also used to talk about big metaphorical things. We're going to work together for our future generations, right? It's really for the benefit of something. Kagenach is the same as kashtagenach. Kudzidain.
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 Amazingly, wonderfully, tremendously. What can we do? Or what can be done?
You paint amazingly?
Kudzidain. Kainigwat. You painted that amazingly.
Kainigwat.
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 Nigwat is the verb root for, it's related to a pudding, which goes gwat, 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 gwat when you cook it. Yeah, kudzidain. Okay. Katginach.
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 What could be done quietly?
Studying.
Katginach shtuichtu. You're studying quietly. And so some of these, it could go into, the verb could go into all kinds of different modes. Like, this is happening. Katginach yuchewatan. He talked quietly. Katginach atgu. Walk around quietly. It could be in a command form too.
You have quiety. Quiety.
Oh, quiety.
I like it. Could use it in a command, like to your kids, like, go watch TV quietly or go play quietly or something like that.
Yeah, so you could say, "Katginach ashkanachet." Go play quietly, right? Or you could just say, "Katginach." Say it like that, like quietly.
Okay. Cool.
Kedain.
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 What could be done carefully?
Sewing? She sewed carefully.
Yeah, kedain awaka.
Damn,
She sewed carefully, or he. Kedain akaushachit. Like, he wrote it carefully. No, he didn't. Kedain, that's it. So, when you have the dain part, a lot of times there's a verb root before it. What's the verb root before in kudzidain? Do we recognize it?
Like from
Who?
Yeah, like what or is it well? No.
Anybody ever hear shikudzi? Shikudzi means amazing. Shikudzi. That's like my shikudzi story. So I was at Eku'ik and I was talking to somebody. This person said, "People just say shikudzi all the time now. It's for any old thing." I was like, "Yeah, I guess so, yeah." And then something happened. This person went, "Shikudzi." like 5 minutes later, I was like, "Oh, come on."
But it could be like awesome.
Yeah, awesome, amazing. Right? Okay. Kushtayach.
Kushtiyach.
Kushtayach.
Kushtiyach.
Kushtayach.
Kushtiyach.
Kushtayach.
Kushtiyach.
Incorrectly. Wrongly. This one is not used very often. How could we use it?
Presidenting.
Oh, yeah.
Kushtiyach.
Kushtayach yuchewatan. He spoke incorrectly, or kind of like, in the context I've heard this, is Raven was mad at his eyes because they were telling him the wrong thing. And he was sort of saying like they were doing it on purpose too. Canuck.
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 So what could be like very?
Cold. It's very cold outside.
Canuck siat. Canuck yakay.
Very good.
Right.
Could you do two adjectives together?
Usually not.
Okay.
The only klach is the only one I've usually seen in common. You say klach kunach, super very really mega. You say klach kudach too, like way too much. So klach might be the only one, but other than that, I don't see things like kushtiyach kudach. Like it seems to be just sort of like a one spot thing.
So very big. You wouldn't say Canuck plain or anything?
Well, you'd say, so the plain is an adjective.
Oh, and
So you would have to use
okay.
yagay or shagay,
I gotcha.
right? But you say kudach. There's a sample sentence, I think, in the Verb Dictionary. Kudach yagay ayayat uns. This potato is too big. But you say kunach shagay wikate. That dog is very big. Right? And you say klach kunach, and that means like whoa, super big. Okay. Kudach.
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 Kudach. Kudach. Too much. What could be too much?
I eat too much.
Kudachwacha.
Kudach.
I ate too much. I ate in excess. Kushtuyach.
Kushtiyach.
Kushtuyach.
Kushtiyach.
Kushtuyach.
Kushtiyach.
What could, like, it doesn't matter, right?
Like, could you use it as it doesn't matter where you put it? Like just.
Yeah, well, for example, the context might be Kushtayach guchsayitlitzin kukwacha, right? It doesn't matter where you hide it, I'm gonna eat it, right? So that's the context. It's like it doesn't, regardless. And so usually this links to some, usually links it to some other verb, right? Like for example, doesn't matter what you tell me, I know you lie all the time. I'm trying to think of some good ones for this. Like, it doesn't matter that I don't have any money. I'm going to the store, right? And so they're usually things that are sort of like at odds with each other a little bit, or, you know, doesn't matter what you say to me, I'm going to do what I want. Right?
I've heard you say it, and I'm just forgetting what it is, but when you say, like, it's all good, or it doesn't matter, like, if someone said, oh, I'm sorry I was late, and you're like, you know...
Heshwasa uti.
Is that one more time?
Heshwasa uti.
Hesh. Could you write that down?
Yeah. And so, well, this one's pretty good, because this is a good one to know. So let me just repeat this one. So hesh, this is the short version. It's okay. Or maybe we'll just say okay. And this is a pretty special phrase, right? Because heshwasa just means okay, right? Like, the context would be like, how are you? Heshwasa, I'm okay. I'm fine. Heshwasa uti, it's okay. And this one, it needs a cultural context a lot, because someone could really be apologizing for something. Like, chadechatnu. Ikukai aya. Please forgive me, I broke your cup. Right? And maybe it's a special cup. Right? It's okay. It's okay. It will be okay. So this is showing you this is a verb. This is a negative form of the verb yati, to be. Right? And it has some special sort of thing, right? And you could say nothing bad is going to happen to you. You're going to be okay. Right? And so it has this really special sort of, and so this is how Tlingit is. Like sometimes when you put certain things together, they just launch into this whole other meaning category. And so whenever you're saying hetwasa uti, and then you can also use it like this. You can say hetwasa gukwati kshe It's a little long. What do you think this means?
Crochet you said was maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing bad is going to happen to you. Maybe you.
So the idat would be to happening to you,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So this one would be the more like it will be okay. So now this is probably saying, will it be okay? And then you can have another phrase after that.
Oh, like if I borrow money?
Yeah. Will it be okay if I drink your coffee? Right?
Maybe not.
Right?
But
Will it? But these are
oh,
ways.
I like that. That's good. Because you can. That's a lot of. You can.
But there's a lot of things you can add to that second one.
Right.
Is it okay if I come over? This is a good consent question. There can be all kinds of things that come after that.
Kiss you or something like that.
Yeah. Is it okay if I kiss you? Canuck would be touch, and so you could have any other thing in there. Is it okay if I tell them about your mother? Is it okay if I borrow this? Is it okay if I kill all of the mice, because I have mice in my house? But there, now you've got, this is how you start to string some things together, right? And this is it okay if something? Right?
So for the bottom part of that sentence, e kakweyi, and then the chadanayi.
Yeah, chadana. So
So
chadana goes chadanayi.
so can you explain why those two get the y?
Oh, so ikachweyi because it's owned by you.
So your coffee.
Chadanayi because this is a verb, and these are two verbs tied together.
But why wouldn't it be ikakwe? Why wouldn't it just be ikakwe?
Because it belongs to you, so it gets a possessive
it's
marker.
possessed. Oh, right.
Iguchayi, ikachweyi.
Okay, I gotcha.
Right? But we're getting those two markers in a row. That's what's throwing us off, right? Is it okay if I go to sleep? Because maybe we're both supposed to keep an eye on something, but I want to go to sleep. Right? So there's all kinds of things that could be asked by this question. Is it okay if I eat this? Is it okay if I erase this? It's okay if I break this? Who knows? Who knows what you're asking to do? Right? But now you can ask how to do it.
Yay. That's good.
And it's usually just saying, is it okay? Okay. Kuch da kuchin.
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 It's kind of it's like the tailbone's going backwards. It's kind of what it means, right? Because you're leading with your tailbone, I guess. And so there's not very many things that this works with. The car was going backwards, maybe. He or she walked around backwards.
Would it ever be used metaphorically, like our policies are going backwards, or like women's progress is moving backwards, or?
I don't think it has to do with like progress.
Okay, so it's more
Yeah.
more actual
So you'd
physical.
probably say it's getting. You'd probably be pretty literal with that stuff.
Okay.
Like it's getting worse, or it's starting to get incorrect.
Okay.
So that's usually how you do that. Kuyach,
Kuyach.
kuyach,
Kuyach.
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 I've only heard that in a raven story, but he was flying straight up and he couldn't see, so they just started to yell, "Kuyach nataqin," and then he flew straight, because that's how he's supposed to fly. Let's do this. There's different ways to say it. That's the one I usually hear. Shukwanach.
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 So at first, or the first one, Shukwanach. Shukwanach. Nechtewugud. So at first he went home, or she went home. And then there might be some series of things that come after that.
Since class is almost over, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, okay. Let's break things.
Thursday. This is supposed to be the week.
Yeah, Thursday. We'll try some immersion on Thursday.
What would that look like?
So I think what I'd like to do is just start class with everybody sharing just whatever's on your mind. Share something, and we may or may not respond to that for a little while. And then what I'm going to bring is I'm going to bring some pictures of things that from beginning Tlingit. And I'm just going to put those pictures up and we'll talk about those things for a little while. And then what I'd like to do is try it in these sort of, the first one would be like a 10-minute session. So we'll just talk for a little while, see what we kind of need, get everybody comfortable, go for 10 minutes in the language. Ideally, we'll hear from everybody. Everybody has a chance to say something, and then we'll come out and we'll sort of talk and debrief, say how it was, and then when we're ready, we'll go back in for another 10 minutes, and we'll come out. And so I'll have some pictures of some things. If you guys want to think of maybe some topics and stuff, like my suggestion would be to bring some paper and maybe even like a marker, so that, or if you could come up here and write something if you wanted to. So writing in English is okay. So if you're if we're talking and you're just totally lost, you could just write to say, or you just say, I don't understand. But I think you need to be okay with that sometimes, and just sort of maybe make a note, maybe on your piece of paper you're writing down something that you're hearing, but you're not sure what that is. But instead of interrupting what we're doing, to say, can you translate this for me? When we come out of immersion, then you could say, okay, what was that thing that you guys were talking about with this? And so we're going to try and keep it real light. We'll try and stick to some things that we sort of know how to do. but then we'll also take note of things that we wish we knew how to do so that we can figure out what those things are. We might spend some time. And so it might be 10 minutes in, 5 minutes out, 10 minutes in, 5 minutes out. It's probably going to be the goal.
And is that immersion survival guide posted online?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'll make sure that I've got all those notes up too, and then you guys have those. Tlingit, you should have that at your disposal. The Yakutat mentor apprentice phrases is what that other one is called.
Okay.
I'll put the home phrases up. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. And then what we'll do next, let's see, I think next week we'll sign up to take turns helping to lead some of these immersion sessions. And then I might invite some folks in sometimes. We might listen to some things sometimes and try and talk about them. Stories are pretty fun, and sort of talking about the stories and what we're hearing. Because then we get this long stretch of Tlingit that's kind of more complex, right? Because once you hear from the masters, it's different than hearing it from me, because they're going to do some really fun stuff. Any other questions? Yeah, so immersion's going to be Thursday. Let's see, so you guys are having I don't know if there's a Tlingit Bible. I'm sure there is somewhere. I haven't seen it. But Thursday, it's just for our class, Canuck. So our goal here is to transition now, where Tuesdays we'll be doing stuff like this, some of the nuts and bolts of language learning. But Thursdays we're going to try and just move into the language and stay in the language with each other. So the class will be the same, but the structure is going to change, where the goal is to try and just live in the language so that we're trying to make sure that we're getting use. And then what we'll do is we'll sign up for spots next week, so not next week but the week after, where you guys will start leading some of these sessions. And I'll be here, if something that we tried turns out to not work so well. And we'll figure out some techniques. I think we'll just eventually get used to this, but the goal is to move away from, or to supplement little chunks of learning with big sort of the immersion environment. So it's nothing to be scared of, because we're all here, we're all safe. It's not like we're being dropped behind enemy lines, right? So, yeah, okay. Wish I got 2 steam, good cheese.